My eyes have seen the glory of the trampling at the zoo. We've washed ourselves in niggers' blood and all the mongrels too. We're taking down the Zod machine, Jew by Jew by Jew. The white man marches on.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Y'all at the knowledge page, you already know, real talk, real topics, real situations. Today, I'm gonna do a video that I think it needs to be said because it's a lot of this shit going on. And the name and the title of this video is "Everyone Gets an Excuse for Their Bullshit Except Black Folks." And what I mean by that is I look around on YouTube, I watch a lot of videos when I'm on here, and I know a lot of the black YouTubers, pretty much the first thing they'll do is they'll start like this gender war bullshit. You have maybe a guy come on here talking about black women and what they need to do, and why the black woman is viewed this way, and then you might have a black woman that'll get on here and start talking about black men and how they ain't shit and blah blah blah. And then you have the users that get on here and just try to only point out bullshit that goes on within the black community and point out the coonery. And we all have the right to talk about what the hell we want to talk about, on our page. But I think us as black folks, especially here on YouTube, we tend to get on here and call out one side but ignore everything else. Now, somebody might say, well, knowledge, you get on here and you point out coonery within the black culture too. Yes, I do that. But go back to my videos. I point out the ignorance within our community. I point out things that a lot of black people don't realize that are going against us and hindering our community. I give knowledge on things that we need to do to gain not only power within this country, but economic power. I've talked about that. I've talked about the black families, the relationships between black and men. And when you listen to those videos, I address every single thing. I don't just, when you go to my page, I'm talking about how black people do this and black people act this way and black women do this and black men do that. My page is never about one thing or just downgrading my people. If anything, my page is dedicated to waking up my people and putting some people up on game. Because I think, a lot of our people are just blind. They don't really understand the things that are designed out here to keep us down and keep us as a permanent underclass. And back to what I was saying, I see a lot of videos like people just be, oh, black people need to do this and black people shaking their ass and doing this and doing that. But when it comes to calling out these white people, calling out the same shit that might be done by the white community or the Hispanic community, nobody says nothing. All of a sudden they get a excuse for what they do, and then you hear some YouTubers say, oh, well, I don't see them doing that. Well, just because you don't see people doing that doesn't mean it's not being done. I might not see a little kid getting raped, but that doesn't mean kids don't get raped. And this is the shit I'm talking about. For y'all black YouTubers out there that consistently always point out just coonery and ignorance within our community, you gotta talk about the full spectrum. You can't talk about something that's sensitive and is derogatory as that and not point out both sides. It's just like, I'll give you an example. Let's say I have a daughter and I have a son, and both of my kids are very promiscuous. My son is going around fucking everything with a skirt. My daughter's going around, as soon as she see a guy that look good, she hopping in the bed with him. But when they both come home, I want to get down and cuss out my daughter. Why are you fucking man? Why are you doing this? Why are you acting like a slut? But my son gets an excuse because he's a guy or whatever. When really, as a parent, I need to be getting on both of them. Both of them are doing the same shit. I need to be correcting both of them. Not just the daughter and not just the son. I need to address both people and both parties that are in this situation. And that's what I mean by us not just focusing on what our people are doing. We need to focus a lot on these white motherfuckers out here that are racist and that are trying to keep us as a permanent underclass. And, you know, I'm not saying all white people are racist or all white people are going against the black race, but I'm saying, you know, there's a lot of systems and things that are going on that is trying to hinder us. And I don't think a lot of the black community is really pointing this stuff out. You know, we'll get on YouTube and talk about a black man or, you know, a black woman or what they need to do, or black women have attitudes and this is why I don't like the black woman, and look at these kids shaking their ass. And yeah, a lot of that stuff is ignorant and needs to be pointed out, but don't just act like it's only black people that's doing it. Just like, for an example, you know, I just saw a video, actually I saw 3 videos on the same thing. You know, it was pointing out the whole I don't know if y'all saw it, was on World Star Hip Hop, the Oakland party. They had, it was like a frat party, and it was no dancing at all. They basically was humping on each other and basically dry humping, you know, having sex with clothes on. I mean, it was ridiculous. You know, the shit was ratchet to the 3rd power. But you know, I've seen a lot of videos discussing that topic, but they act like, you know, white kids don't do the same shit. Now, I'm not excusing what they were doing. You know, I thought it was ignorant. I thought it was out of control. And I thought, you know, a lot of, not just the women, but the men just had no self-respect. But I'm not going to sit up here and act like if I don't go to, you know, UCLA, or I don't go to BYU or any of these predominantly white colleges or frat parties, like they don't have these parties and blow up shit and be dry humping and giving head in the bathroom and shit. They do the same shit that World Star Hip Hop be pointing out. It's just because this is America, it's blinded. They don't show you a lot of negative stuff that goes on within the white community. But just like if you look on TV, they'll show brothers selling drugs and, you know, shooting up people and all this shit. Why do you think we have a lot of these ignorant stereotypes out here? Like, you know, a black man with a hoodie on is gonna rob you. Hint, Trayvon Martin. Why do we have these things? It's because they promote negative bullshit from the black community. But when you look at a white person, they don't do that type of shit. So the moral of this video is that don't just point out what black folks are doing, point out everybody. If you're gonna talk about black folks, or you gonna talk about black women, you point out everybody. Don't you know, shy away from it. I don't want to talk about the white people. You know, I don't want to talk about what they do. I don't want to talk about what the Hispanics do. I'm just gonna talk about black folks. And I don't want to hear that bullshit excuse. Oh, well, I'm black and I'm just speaking from, you know, who I am. That might be true, but at the same time, you cannot talk about things of that matter and that, you know, magnitude without addressing the full spectrum of it. And that's basically all I want to say, man. You know, hey, you know, I know it's a lot of coonery and a lot of bullshit going on within the black community. And a lot of it's pumped by this ignorant ass bullshit World Star Hip Hop, and that's why I don't really go on there like that. You know, I go on there every now and then, you know, basically for entertainment, like everybody else. But I haven't really been on World Star Hip Hop like that in the last 5 months because it's ignorant. But if we gonna point that out, point out everybody. Come on, you know, let's get educated. If you don't know, you better investigate this shit. You know, just like Harvey Superboy was saying about Diddy's son getting a scholarship. We don't tell, you know, no rich white parent to give up the kid scholarship. You know, we don't tell them. Look at Paris Hilton. That bitch ain't did a goddamn thing but make a sex tape. Are we telling her, give back your celebrity, give back the money you made because you basically profit off of your father's invention? We don't say that shit. Look at Kim Kardashian, famous for giving Ray J a goddamn blowjob. Are we telling her, yo, give back the money that y'all made for that bullshit ass reality show? We not telling them that. But when it comes to, you know, a black person, all of a sudden they gotta get the third degree, all of a sudden we got to investigate this shit. And I don't give a damn whether, you know, Diddy pulled straight, which, like I said in my video, hey, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But just like I said in my video, hey, if you can get a scholarship, get the shit. I'm not gonna tell that brother, you know, hey, yo, give back the scholarship because your dad's rich. Fuck these motherfuckers. If you can get the scholarship, get it. Get your education. Because we damn sure don't give, you know, these white bullshit ass celebrities out here the third degree. That's all I gotta say, man. Fuck all that Sambo mindset. I'm out.